This happened a long time ago when I was renting a small house in the town where I got my first job. It was just big enough for me, with 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a bit of space for occasional guests. I had been there a few weeks, and everything seemed fine. The landlord, Mary, was friendly and understanding. I think she rented it to me because she didn't want a male renting out her house. A few weeks in, something strange started happening. One regular work night, I got a knock at the door. I went to the other side and said, "Who is it?" But no one responded. I didn't open it. No one should be knocking on my door late at night. The next morning, as I was leaving for work, I noticed a big posted note taped to the storm door. It said, "You're lovely." Right away, I remembered the knocks on the door from the night before. Same person, no doubt. But the question was, who could it be? I crumpled the note in disgust and tossed it, hoping it was a one-time thing. That night, I got another knock at the door, this time a little earlier, at dinner time. I went over to the door, this time not saying anything, just listening. I could hear heavy breathing from the other side of the door. This was the second night in a row, and now I was realizing this was some kind of stalker situation. I called my mom and dad to ask for advice. My dad, who was a retired police officer, told me not to go outside late at night for a while, don't answer the door, and if it persisted, that he'd come to town and spend a few days with me. So that's what I did. The next morning, the first thing I did was check the storm door for another note, and part of me died inside when I saw another note stuck to the wall. This one said, "I enjoy watching you." I took a picture of it with my phone and sent it to my dad. I asked Mary if she had any kinds of issues with certain men or any stalkers. She acted cold and shocked when I sent her a picture of the note and told her about the knocks. She assured me that she didn't have any stalkers and that she was in a long-term relationship. Still, I wasn't entirely convinced. After work that day, I left a note on the door saying, "If you're looking for Mary, she does not live here. She only rents this house out. If you continue to come here, I will call the police." Doing this gave me a level of comfort, actually. I thought this would end things. That night, every waking minute was spent with anxiety, worrying about hearing knocks at the door again. To my relief, there were none that night. I went to sleep in relative peace, thinking my note worked. The next morning, I opened the door and removed my note from the wall, but then realized it was a new note, and it said, "I'm not looking for Mary, I'm looking for you." And then it said my name, followed by, "I like watching you." I sent it to my dad right away. I felt seriously ill. My dad packed a bag and drove up right away, arriving by the time I got home. Work that day was brutal. I couldn't focus on anything but this horrific situation. Even while taking orders and handling the rush, my mind kept drifting. I even wondered if someone from my workplace, like that weird guy Fernando, was behind it. We waited until later that night to call the police, hoping the person might already be lurking nearby. We wanted them to see the police presence. We spoke with an officer outside, explaining everything, and that made me feel a little safer. After the officer left with his report, my dad stayed out on the front stoop for hours, even after I went to sleep. Obviously, the person didn't come that night. I moved out as soon as I could. Mary was completely understanding, thankfully. Whoever was stalking me at that house didn't follow me to my new place, likely ruling out a coworker. I'll probably never know who it was.